Hey there, John Opinion Sports. Well, that was a frustrating game. Well, first of all, I just want to say, I hope Daniel Jones is okay. I've had concussions before; they are not fun. And Saquon Barkley, unfortunately, freak play. It's unbelievable how some of the some of the injuries that we get on this team just over the years in total. It is just unbelievable. I think Dallas is a little bit better of a team just because their offense is ours, and with Blake being out, we were against it. But I'll tell you right now, I'm proud of the boys. I'm proud of what they did. Galladay out early, and he just didn't look right. He was getting bullied by the corners. I was going to come on here and kill him, but it's obvious looking back he was hurt, and at certain points too much. When you're running back, your top three receivers are out, your left tackle's out. That was probably Daniel Jones and Andrew Thomas was out, being out. That's probably the biggest hits right there. But listen, there's a few things we can take from this game. The season becomes a different thing for me now. I'm going to look at what we can have moving forward in the future. I'm not happy. This was supposed to be a year that we won. There's nothing you can do about injuries, but I'm not going to put this game as the season killer. What killed the season was the first 3 weeks. Coming in, the team was unprepared, undisciplined, and it is what it is. You can't start 0-3. You just can't. But for what it was, having no Blake out there, I'm proud. Cowboys ran down our throat. I really thought the game was a lot closer than the score shows. The score says it's a blowout. I do not view this as a blowout by the Cowboys. I'm sure some fans will. I honestly had to say the Cowboys are who I thought they were. They're a really good running team. They can pound it down your throat. Dak is okay. He's going to make some throws, miss some throws. Honestly, I don't view Dak at that elite level. I think he's good. He's on a stacked team. But he's not garbage. Obviously, he can win you games. He's good enough to win. But good enough to beat the elite teams in the NFL? I don't think so. I think if you stop the run on this Cowboys team, they're in trouble. Overall, the difference, obviously the injuries, but take the injuries away early on in the game. We were a little too conservative. I get Andrew Thomas is out, but I just didn't like the play calling early. It got better throughout the game. Daniel Jones looked a little scared or something early, missed a couple throws. Just the first couple drives were clunkers, and maybe the biggest thing of anything, aside from injuries, was that missed field goal right off the bat. Because, honestly, it is a completely different game missing that field goal. And I could prove it. But I just want to say I'm so proud of Kadarius Toney. Listen, all you guys who doubted Toney, calling him a bust and all that, owe this man an apology. People are going to probably kill him over the punch. The season's gone. It's sunk. You're frustrated. The game score is not resembling what's happening on the field. Your quarterback's gone. All your other receivers are gone. It's just frustrating. And I honestly give half of that is on the refs, because when everybody started, the initial push that happened, the refs should have thrown the flag and run in there instant and separate it. And if refs do that, you don't see these situations. I swear. Yeah, players have to be responsible for their own actions. I'm sure he'll get fined or suspended or whatever the NFL wants to do, which is a joke. But these refs had to do a better job of getting in there and getting between guys. It's unbelievable. But right on cue, I always say that the refs give Cowboys at least a touchdown, and the game was it was a tight game pretty much till about seven minutes left in the fourth quarter. But what made the difference to me was just a bad, terrible pass interference call on James Bradbury. He did have his hands on his waist, but he didn't touch him. He didn't redirect his body. Not to mention the ball was borderline overthrown. The only thing, he had his hands on his hip, and he just stuck his arm up. It was a blown call, bad pass interference. We get at least one of these every year, but it's a 4-point difference in the game. And when you're already back to begin with, and then on top of that, then the drive after, third down, Dak has a bad pass, he's under pressure, bang, bang play, and they throw a flag on Azeez Ojulari for hit him in the helmet. I don't know. I didn't see him hit the helmet. It looked like the neck area. I don't like them kind of calls. I'm a little bit old school, especially since we're not really afforded them kind of calls as Giants fans. Our quarterbacks don't get them. So it really just feels like them kind of penalties are for, the players that the NFL wants to push. I'm not trying to be conspiracy like up in here, but it's awfully funny that I can sit on Hit Squad's channel and call this, and then so right there between them two calls, I mean, it really was it was neck and neck at that point. I mean, talking about a 7-point difference. You don't think that's a big, huge deal, but when the Giants are going upfield and they could be taking the points, the field goals, because they're actually getting on the field on Dallas defense. Instead, they're going 4 and out in the red zone and not getting anything. So I mean, that builds up 3 points, and you take away them 7 points. I mean, this is a whole different game. You're talking about if the starters were in there, you're talking about this could be a neck and neck. We could be winning. Possibly. I don't know about winning, but I don't think the game was decided. Like, I think over, obviously with all the injuries, the Cowboys would have outlasted, but I think it just made the game look like it was a blowout when it really wasn't. That cornerback over there, Trayvon Diggs, is really good. It was fun watching Kadarius juke him out a few times, but he is really good. Other than that, the defense is a little bit better than last year, but I was impressed with the first quarter of the Cowboys defense. It just kind of looked a lot like last year. Maybe not just completely lost on plays. I don't know. This isn't me being spiteful or anything. Again, I just kind of feel like this is the team I thought they were, and I don't view this as a championship level team. I mean, I think obviously any given Sunday a team can beat any team. You could have something like that, but normally what happens in the playoff is you can only get, lucky, or that team beat a team that's better than them so many times. So maybe they get to the championship game or something until they run into a much better team. I mean, I don't see them beating any of them good AFC teams. I just don't see it. Yeah, I thought they should have lost the Chargers. I just don't think they're ready yet. Maybe a few more pieces on defense, maybe next year Cowboys or something, but I'm not buying into the hype like everybody else with the Cowboys. I'm sorry. That's not me that's not me being spiteful or anything. That's just my honest opinion. I'm sure if you'd ask a Cowboys fan and sit him down and have him be completely honest, he'd probably have the same feelings I do. Unless you're one of the mindless zombie Cowboy fans who's just 5 rings. But congrats, y'all, the Cowboy fans that got to win a W. I mean, it was kind of the way it turned out with all the injuries. I mean, what are you going to do? You can call that an excuse, fine, but excuses are reality to me. I view that whole thing a different way. But it seemed like as the game was going on and Cowboys weren't blowing out the Giants, Troy Aikman was getting more and more and more frustrated. He didn't bring up his comments that he made, but you could tell and you could hear in his voice he was getting more and more and more and more frustrated, especially when his panelist or whatever, the Giants are still here. They're looking good. They're fighting. You could tell Troy Aikman was getting very, very nervous, especially with all the players being out. It was still a question. He also said something really stupid. He made a comment that the only shutdown corner he ever seen was Deion Sanders. I mean, dude, you're embarrassing yourself. I mean, apparently got to be a cowboy to, qualify as a shutdown corner. But I'm just going to sit here off the top of my head and give you a few names. Mel Blount. If you're a little bit older, Mel Blount. I mean, he was a cornerback for Pittsburgh. He's literally killed people. He was unbelievable. Ty Law in the early 2000s. Darrell Green. Listen, I don't like Washington, but I got to give props. Darrell Green was an amazing shutdown corner. Champ Bailey, Darrell Revis, and even in Deion Sanders' days, Arenas Williams was really good. He was a shutdown corner. Rod Woodson, Ronnie Lott, Richard Sherman. And I think you could even throw in a couple of older players like Lester Hayes in there. The Raiders always had shutdown corners back in their history. And then you can throw in some other people like Patrick Peterson, Rondé Barber, to sit on national TV and to say that the only shutdown corner ever was Deion Sanders is embarrassing. I'm sorry, it is. And I've seen games where he got, it was rare, but there was games where Jerry Rice, another good high-end receiver would get the best of him. It wasn't very often, and most times when they tested him, he was a shutdown corner. But I mean, come on. Unbelievable. I don't know why I'm talking about that so much. I just thought it was an embarrassing comment, and I think his prediction of saying that Dallas is in a different league of the Giants is complete nonsense. And I think if you looked at this game from without your team's glasses on, I think, a call here or there, a play here or there, and, a blown coverage right before half for Rodarius. And listen, it was neck and neck. It really was. And if you have a supposed elite quarterback and you're running the ball that way, it shouldn't be close. Anyway, that's enough of me, kicking, punching up at the Cowboys. Good luck at the playoffs. Good luck from here on out, I guess, until our next game comes along. Hopefully we have a couple of our weapons back, or our quarterback for the next one. Because, I'm really not scared of that team. They are high-powered, but I am not scared to play them. There is opportunities for your offense, and you see, I don't know what it is with the Giants, but they come up with these every Cowboys game. The Giants just make some kind of silly, weird interception. Almost had 2 tipped interceptions in this game. That would have been too much. But I just felt good all week coming in this game. I just kind of felt like all the pressure was on Dallas. And I think you saw the pressure coming off a lot of Dallas players. And then at the end of that game, they were just kind of like, whoa. But I don't think it was till that 7th minute, right around that touchdown they scored at 7 minutes in the 4th quarter. That was when the game was officially over to me. And for a team that's supposedly in a different level than you, to be in the game with as many backups was in there, to keep it a game to the 7th minute, hey, I'm proud. I'm proud of the guys. There was a call. Forget the calls. There was one play that was really egregious. Was right before half. Rodarius Williams. I don't know what he was doing on that throw, but he should have just stayed with the receiver down the field. He undercut it. He thought he was going to get a pick out of it. So slot corner is a very big glaring issue with this defense at the moment. But I'll make another video on that this week because it looks like Rodarius Williams is his new starting outside corner, and they're going to keep Adoree Jackson in its slot. And it's looking like we need another cornerback in here in the future. So it's unbelievable with as many as we drafted. We'll see what happens in the 3rd rounder when he comes out there. But that's it for me. Just want to get a video out there. It sucks making videos on weeks like this, but hey, this is what it is this year. Unfortunately, it's one of them years. So everybody, if you're still listening, I don't know what's holding you back. Just sub up this video, and I'll have a couple out this week. We're going to talk about this defense and Kadarius Toney especially. So peace.